tell my students in class as well, just because the person on the mat does something really weird or something strenuous or not strenuous enough doesn't mean that you have to do the same thing. Okay? So always check in with your body. You know, maybe yesterday it was charged and today it's not, or maybe yesterday it was relaxed on the sofa and today it's charged. So keep checking in that it works for you. And if something hurts, listen to that as well. It's not supposed to hurt. Nothing's supposed to hurt. Okay, enough talking. Come to a comfortable seating position of your choice. Just make sure that you can connect your sit bones to the mat. Maybe even your tailbone, depending on how you are built. And then simply just wriggle around, wriggle your entire body, maybe sort of gently move your neck and head to sort of figure out, is there something I need to pay attention to today or watch out for? And then close your eyes. And let's go into Pran Mudra. Take your thumbs, your ring finger and pinky finger tips, and the index and middle fingers. Just stretch away. Place the top of your hands onto your knees or your thighs, wherever they feel comfortable. And let's start off the class with just 3 nice, deep and long inhales through the nose and exhale long and slow through your open mouth. Let's go. Inhale and grow long. Allow your spine to gently extend, reaching your crown chakra up towards the ceiling. Your shoulders are nice and soft. And exhale through your open mouth. Slightly softening your upper body without bending it. 2 more. Deep inhale through your nose. If you already want to expand your belly, pull that breath up past your glowing solar plexus, expanding your ribs, opening your chest a tad bit more. Lengthen that spine, and you might feel a beautiful extension right at the base of your neck. And long, soft exhale through your open mouth, softening your upper body. And last one, deep inhale, starting right at the base of your spine, expanding your belly, pulling that breath up past your glowing solar plexus, expanding your rib cage, opening your chest. Shoulders are still relaxed away from your ears, and allow your crown chakra to reach up to the sky. Connecting to the heavenly goodness, and exhaling through your open mouth, softening your upper body. And when you reach your belly button, gently pull your belly button back towards the spine, and right at the base at your root chakra, contract your perineum, the base of your exhale. And keep it contracted until your natural inhalation occurs. Now stretch your index and middle fingers far away, feeling that extension from your shoulders all the way along your arms down to your fingertips. Hold it for another 3, 2, 1. Keep your fingers in that mudra position. With your next inhale, take your arms out and stretch them out shoulder height. Palms are facing forward. Reach those fingertips of the index and middle fingers far away, sharing your optimism and energy with the entire world. Might feel a stretch along your inner upper arm, maybe all the way to your arms, shoulder blades, chest. Keep extending those fingers. One more deep inhale, growing tall with your spine. And exhale, release the mudra, release your hands into Angelina Mudra in front of your heart center. Drop your forehead down to your fingertips. Connect to your heart. And think of something that makes you smile. anything. Maybe it's a thought, an image, a scent, a feeling, maybe even a touch. And once you've connected to that, or that has popped into your heart and head, just hold it there for the span of like 3 thoughts, 3 breaths. And with your next inhale, slowly lift your forehead off your fingertips. Slowly open your eyes when you're ready. Wriggle your fingers and rotate your wrists in both directions. Got to keep that feeling that made you smile or happy throughout the entire class and throughout the day. Inhale, reach your fingertips up, splay those fingers, and just hold them sort of medium cooked spaghetti type thing, okay? Travel down into your bottom ribs and gently push them forward. And with your next inhale, start pulling those shoulders up towards your ears. Your arms will naturally just extend and become straight, and feel that stretch in your side bodies. Your belly button can be pulled back towards your spine so that you don't fall into a hollow back. Your arms are hugging your ears so you're not falling into a back bend. Reach up even higher and feel that rib cage expand sideways too. And with your exhale, just simply release your arms down. And I'll leave it up to you whether you want to exhale through your open mouth or not. You can drop your chin down towards your chest because that will give you a stretch along your neck. And then pull your shoulders away from your ears, added stretch. You're going to repeat 3 more times. Inhale, gently. Second part of the inhale, allow those arms to go up, 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 up. Splay those fingers. Maybe you want to pull your belly button backwards towards your spine. Push your lower ribs forward. And exhale. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Take your chin down towards your chest. Twice more. Inhale. First part is normal. Second part of the inhale, reach those fingertips up towards the ceiling. Lower ribs are pushed forward. Don't fall into a hollow back. You can lift your gaze to the ceiling if you want to, open in your throat. And exhale. Chest down, chin down to your chest. Shoulders away from your ears. And again. And reach up. There's something on that ceiling that you desperately want to touch. And exhale. The shoulders down, chin down. Let's do one more for good measure. Reach those arms up. Hug your ears with your biceps. And then start extending the side bodies. Armpits, arms, fingers up towards the ceiling. Lower ribs push forward. And exhale. Chin down, shoulders down. And with the next in, lift your chin and rotate your shoulders in both directions, either alternating, whatever feels good to you. And then switch those legs around, come into a kneeling position, and I'll leave it up to you. Turn sideways, whether you want to have your toes flat or tuck your toes under. If you tuck your toes under, make sure you can transfer a bit of upper body weight onto your hips so that you actually push down and you can feel those joints in your toes being stretched and the soles of your feet too. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, just lower your arms down shoulder height and have them nice and straight in one line. Maybe check left and right to see whether they're aligned. Tuck your thumbs under, curl your fingers around into loving fists, and then pull those fists towards your ribs. And keep pulling. You should feel a stretch along the top of your hands and all the way up to your elbows, maybe all the way up to your shoulders. You want to add a stretch, pull your shoulder blades down towards your tailbone and push your lower ribs forward and belly button backwards so that you don't fall into a hollow back. If your toes feel discomfort, just flatten them down again or change the position of your feet. 3, 2, 1. I am definitely going to flatten my toes now. Very good. On the next inhale, flatten those fists out, open them, turn the hands upside down, palms up, and we'll do the same thing. Thumbs in, curl your fingers around. Make sure that your shoulders are pulled away from the ears. They're not up by your ears. And then gently pull those fists towards your ears, lower ribs forward, belly button backwards. Very good. And we've got another 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Open those fists and lower the arms. Just sit with that feeling of blood rushing from your fingertips to the shoulders or the other way around. Just that nice feeling of activation. Very good. Rotate your shoulders. And then sit down, and I'll leave it up to you whether you sit left of your feet or right of your feet. You will feel that you are falling to one side, which is normal. We're going to inhale, and we are going to bend over to the feet the side where our feet are, okay? Both fingers are extending. Imagine you're holding a glowing globe between your palms, and you'll feel, for me, my feet are on the right, my left side body is opening, and make sure that you open that left chest or the chest where the upper arm is, okay? And you'll feel it. Push that lower rib forward. You'll feel that extension from your hip all the way to your fingertips. Fingertips of all 10 fingers are pulling away. And with the next inhale, come back. Lower your hands, switch sides. Feet come to one side, glutes coming to the other side. Inhale. And try to sort of straighten your hips. And then exhale, bend towards the side where your feet are, chest is open. Hands are holding that globe and fingers are pulling away. And one side will be easier to stretch than the other. Breathe into that lengthening side. Chest is open. And with the next inhale, come back and sit down into a normal position of lotus, half lotus, or having your legs stretched out. Inhale, reach your fingertips up and lower the right hand. Lift the left arm up and then bend that left side body. So the side body's already warmed up from previous stretch. Pulling your left hip down, keep that chest open. Gaze upwards. If you gaze downwards, you have the tendency to close your chest. We want to keep it nice and open. Inhale, lengthen on the exhale. Now we're going to close that chest. So you're going to look down to that mat and you're going to pull that left hand forward. So you'll feel an extension along or across your ribs in the back. On the next inhale, open that chest again. You feel slight rotation in your iliosacral joint. Exhale, extend. Inhale, come back. Both hands meet up top and touch. And exhale, the left hand down. Right arm reaches up. And then exhale, extend, bending over to that left side, extending your right side body, keeping your chest nice and open. Push that right hip down so that you can feel that stretch from your right hip bone to your right lower rib. Look up to the ceiling so you keep your chest open. On the next exhale, we're going to close that chest. You're going to look down towards the mat, extending that right arm even more. You might even feel a stretch in your right hip. On the next inhale, we're going to open that chest again. Extend that right side body a bit more. Exhale. And on the inhale, we're going to come back to center. Palms meet. And exhale, take those hands in front of your heart center, thumbs touching your sternum, drop your chin down towards your chest. Pull the shoulders away from your ears, shoulder blades go down to your sit bones. Feel that beautiful stretch just at the base of your neck, maybe along your shoulder girdle. On your next inhale, lift your chin, release, and rotate your shoulder blades. Very good. We go up one more time. Inhale, fingertips go up, and we're going to exhale and twist to the right. Okay. Pull your shoulders away from your ears, gaze over your right shoulder. Both sit bones are pushing down into the mat. On the next inhale, look forward. Exhale, rotate the shoulders forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist to the left. Place your left hand behind your glutes, shoulders pulled away from your ears. Look over your left shoulder. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, allow the rest of your body to come forward. Rotate your shoulders in both directions. Stretch your legs out and simply give them a bit of a wobble and a move and come into tabletop. If you have the urge to move your legs, walk around your mat or just stretch your mat, whatever makes you feel most comfortable. Take your knees hip distance apart under your hips. Your belly button is pulled back. And now turn your hands so that your fingertips face your knees. I do believe our wrists, fingers, and lower arms can do with a bit of a stretch. Make sure you splay those fingers as good as you can. Very often, I notice that my students think they're splaying their hands, but they're not actually. So really check those fingers and move them apart. Imagine you're a duck and you want to swim real far. So you really want to expand or extend those webbed feet. So shoulders pulled away from your ears, belly button back. Inhale, exhale. We're going to shift the glutes back towards the heels without falling into a hollow back. Okay, keep that belly button tucked back. Under, and inhale, come forward, exhale back until you feel that stretch just across the palm of your hands, up your wrists into your elbows, and come forward again. We're going to do 3 more. Back. If you'd rather do itty bitty pulses, then you do that. But nonetheless, I'd like you to feel the stretch. So with each and every pulse, move further back. And press those palms into the mat and make sure the shoulders don't move forward. And with the last one, we're going to sit down and keep those palms on the mat for as long as possible. Then roll over your fingers. Don't move your hands, please, please, please. Just rest them in your lap. You can pull your shoulders away from your ears if you want to move anything. You move your head, your toes, your eyebrows. Enjoy that wriggly feeling in your hands of the blood rushing in again. 1, 2, 3, and now we can move them gently, wriggle those fingers, rotate those wrists in both directions, and come back up into the tabletop position. Now, I'm starting with the most strenuous one. If putting the top of your hands with most of your weight is too much, then come into a seated position. Place the top of your hands onto the mat behind your glutes. Sit up nice and tall. Your legs are engaged. Your feet are flexed. And simply glide the top of your hands forward until you can gently apply some pressure. And I'm not sitting there like a croissant. You're sitting straight. Especially your lower back, your belly button's pushed back, your sternum's pushing forward. And then you're leaning forward until you have pressure on the top of your hand up until your wrist. And then you're going to pull those shoulders backwards, and then you're going to pull backwards, and you'll definitely feel that stretch. Splaying those fingers. Fingernails are pushing down into the mat. You should feel the stretch all the way up into your elbow. Forget about your legs. If that is not enough, then you go into tabletop, knees under, hips, and same thing. Lean on to the top of your hands. Your fingers are splayed. Your wrists are under your shoulders. The eye of your elbow, meaning the front part, is looking forward. Shoulders are back, belly button back, and then we're gently going to move backwards and forwards. The more you tighten your belly and you curl your ribs in and your shoulders are pulled back, the less weight you've got on the top of your hands, okay? Just don't put 50% of your body weight onto the top part of your hands and your wrists, because that's not very comfortable. And just keep swaying. The movement here, in most cases, is much smaller. Make sure you can relax your thumb joint so that your thumb fingernail is actually lying flat on your mat. And we're going to stay here for another 3, 2. Beautiful stretch. For those people who did a lot of, I don't know, gardening, it's a beautiful stretch. And with the last one, same thing. Sit down onto your heels and don't move your wrists just yet. Just enjoy the feeling, and either your hands are placed with the palms down or up. I'll leave that up to you. And stay for another 3, 2, 1, and then you can wriggle those fingers and rotate those wrists in both directions. Maybe this, asks or calls for bigger movement. And we're going to come back. And we're going to do the flow. I think we did that last week already. Very simple flow. Take your hands a bit further away that you're in the extended tabletop. Your hands are shoulder width apart. We're going to inhale. We're going to come forward like you want to come into a supported plank. Remember, your fingers are splayed. Then we're going to exhale. We're going to bend those elbows really close, and you're going to lie down or remain supported, depending on how comfortable you feel. On the next inhale, you come into cobra, opening your chest. Let's start small, okay? Gaze forward. Shoulders are pulled back and down. And then inhale, come up, and exhale, come into child's pose. And your hands will automatically glide back because your glutes want to meet your heels. Lower your forehead down. We're going to do this another 5 times, and do it in your flow with your breath. So you come up with your inhale, you go down with your exhale. Keep those elbows close. You come in with up with your inhale, and you push back with your exhale into child's pose. You inhale, you come up. Exhale, you go down. Remember the elbows. You inhale, you rotate your shoulders backwards, open your chest, look forward, and exhale, push back into child's pose. When pushing back into child's pose, make sure you engage your core muscles. Inhale, forward, exhale, down, inhale, up, and exhale, back. You will feel this is a beautiful mobility of your spine. Inhale, forward, exhale, down, inhale, cobra, and exhale back. And with each and every repetition, you will come into a bigger cobra. Inhale forward, exhale down, inhale cobra, exhale back. I've lost count. We're going to do 2 more. Inhale forward, exhale down, inhale up, exhale back. Inhale forward. This is the last one. Exhale down, make it count, enjoy it. And exhale back and stay in child's pose. Allow those arms to travel backwards so they can lie left and right of your legs. Round your upper back. Release any tension you're holding in your neck and shoulder area. And I'd like you to address the breathing or direct the breathing into your lower back. Maybe you can expand your lower back. Maybe you can take your attention into your iliosacral joint, that triangular bone just above your tailbone, sacrum, and see whether you can bring a bit of air and space into it. I'm going to stay here for another 2 breaths. And 1 more. And with the next inhale, your hands are going to come forward. Look toward your hands. Come all the way forward. Tuck your toes under and come into plank. So your crown chakra is moving forward. Your heels are moving backwards. Your fingers are supporting you beautifully. Your shoulders are pulled away from your ears. Your inner thighs are contracted. Your tailbone's tucked under. Your belly's working anyway. And now curl those ribs under. And you'll feel tightness just below or around your shoulder blade and armpit area. I can't explain the feeling, but it's like you're wearing a t-shirt that's far too tight, but it's a nice sensation. So we're going to stay there. If this is too much, lower your knees down. If that is too much for your wrists, come into low plank, okay? There's a variation for everybody. I'm going to stay for another 5, 4, 3, 2, one. Lower your knees. Simply lowering your knees, adjust your stance so that your knees are under your hips. Your top of your feet are on the mat. On the next inhale, belly button back, shoulders away from your ears. Lift your knees. Don't think of your feet. Just lift your knees. Look down to the mat. Curl those ribs in, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Simply lift the left foot a tad bit. Right knee is still floating. Lower that left foot. Raise your right foot. Left knee is still floating. Both knees are floating. Lower your right foot. Curl the left toes under. Right toes under. Knees are still floating. Hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift left foot. Place the top of your foot down onto the mat like we started the move. And right foot, lower it down. Knees are still floating. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Lower your knees. Come down in child's pose. Release your belly and chest down onto your mat. Allow those fingertips to walk far away. And enjoy that stretch along your spine from your tailbone into your shoulders and carrying on into your arms and hands. On that exhale, gently push your armpits down towards the mat so you can feel width being generated between your shoulder blades. And then allow those arms to gently move backwards towards your head. We're going to repeat twice more. On the inhale, your fingertips walk away. Keep the connection between your glutes and heels. On the exhale, gently push your armpits down, feeling that distance being generated between your shoulder blades, and allow those hands to glide back. One more time, inhale. Walking those fingers away as if you want to get away from your hips. And exhale, push those armpits down and allow the hands to glide back towards your head. And with your next inhale, raise your forehead, come on up, and just simply wriggle your hips from side to side. If you can draw circles, do so in both directions. And the next time you're in the center, come into a cat pose, tucking your tailbone under and shin goes down towards your chest. Push your upper back towards the ceiling and hold there for another 3, 2, 1, and release on your next inhale. Wriggle your spine one more time, and then curl your tailbone under. Your toes under. Come into your first downward facing dog. Charlotte, stay in the dog and walk that dog. Really address your hamstrings. Okay, we want to lengthen that entire backside from your heels to your fingertips. Give your head a bit of a nod and a shake if you feel any discomfort, or even if you don't, just wobble that neck and head. Your neck and head's not doing anything, okay? It's just simply hanging there. Your hands and feet are supporting. Your tailbone is going up towards the ceiling or your sit bones. And quickly glance towards your hands to see that they're shoulder width apart and your fingers are beautifully splayed. And you could actually lift your fingers. So it's just the ball of your hands that are pushing into the mat, pushing your shoulders backwards, lowering your chest down towards the mat. You're rotating your upper arms outward, meaning your elbows are going to be looking down towards the mat. And widen those shoulders or square them. Hips push away from your shoulders. And you can find some stillness in that downward facing dog. Your feet are hip distance apart. And your legs are either straight or bent. I'll leave that up to you. Maybe give it a try. Do both. If you bend your knees, you can address the length in your arms more. Whereas if you lengthen or stretch your legs, you address the lengthening in your lower back and definitely addressing your hamstrings. If your heels are pushing into the mat, make sure you engage those legs by pulling your kneecaps up into those thighs of yours. Beautiful. Gaze goes to your thighs or to your belly button. With your next inhale, lift your 10 toes. And I mean all 10, even the pinky toe. And lower the toes on the exhale. Inhale, lift those heels all the way up. So you're only on your toes, all 10 toes. And your chest remains in the same position. Very often I see then when you come up on your heels, your chest goes forward. No, chest wants to touch the thighs. Exhale those heels down. Beautiful. Inhale, look forward, come into plank. Again, if it's too much to be in plank, lower your knees or lower your arms or lower knees and arms. We're going to exhale. We're going to release the heels to the right. Inhale, we come back. Exhale, we'll release the heels to the left. We're going to do 5 cycles. So inhale, exhale right, inhale center, exhale left. That's 1. Inhale center, exhale right, inhale, exhale left. That's 2. Come back to center, exhale right, inhale center, exhale left, inhale center. That is 3. Exhale right, inhale center, exhale left, inhale center. That is 4. Last one, exhale right, inhale center, exhale left, inhale center. That is 5. Take your right hand under your center line, come into side plank. If this is too much, lower your right knee down, still extending your upper leg down. Push the sole of your foot down so that the more you push your left foot down, you can push that right hip off the mat. And that's what we want. Okay, imagine you're leaning against the wall. So you're rotating your the upper shoulder backwards. We're going to do 3 monkey tails, meaning on the inhale, we reach the fingertips up. On the exhale, we're going to go hug our chest and look down towards the mat. Make sure that your shoulder remains above your wrist. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, monkey tail. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. The first one was a demonstration, so we do one more. Inhale, up. Exhale, monkey tail. Inhale, up. And exhale, come into plank. Stay there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the left hand under your center line again. If this is too much, drop your left knee down, push the right sole of your foot into the mat, and the left hip goes way far from the mat. Make sure that your right shoulder is rotated backwards. We're going to do 3 monkey tails. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, monkey tail. Look down to the mat. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Because we did 4 on the other side, we've got to do another one here. Inhale, exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, come into plank. You're doing a great job. We count another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees and come into child's pose. I'll leave it up to you whether you want to leave your arms extended or alongside your thighs. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths. Enjoy those breaths. Long inhales and slow exhales. Try to make your exhales longer than your inhales. Your body will definitely benefit from it. We got one more breath here. And long exhale. On the next inhale, take your hands forward again. Lift your forward, look forward, and come into plank and transition into downward facing dog. Give your head a bit of a shake and a wobble and a nod. Walk your feet. Wriggle those toes if you feel like it. Add your shoulders into that walking dog. Just get that entire backside stretched out. Find stillness in that downward facing dog so that you can really feel comfortable. Anything could come and try to knock you over and it couldn't. Okay, hips are being pushed far away. You're going to lift that left foot up towards the ceiling or away from the mat. Feel that stretch. You're in your inner thighs and your chest is still pushing down towards your thigh, your right thigh. Toes pointed on your left foot, bend that knee, open that left hip. Don't open your chest. If you open your chest, you lose that beautiful stretch in your right inner thigh and in your left hip. Look under your right arm. Yeah, good morning, toes. Chest is still pushing down towards your right thigh. On your next inhale, close that left hip, reach the left toes up, and then on the exhale, we're going to go down into plank, moving forward. Take that left knee forward. Inhale, left toes goes up. Exhale, three-legged plank. And we're going to do 3 in total. So one more. Inhale. And exhale. Those of you who want to do more, do so. Inhale, lift your toes up. Exhale, allow the left foot to join the right. Walk the dog and give your head a bit of a nod and a shake. Find some stillness. And we're going to do the same thing on the right. Lift that right foot up, toes pointed, chest is closed, meaning square, towards your left thigh. And then bend that right knee, open your right hip, keeping that chest closed, pushing down towards your left thigh. Good morning, toes. You see them under your left arm. Or rather, you look under your left arm and you see those toes. On the next inhale, close that right hip of yours first, and then push the right toes up towards the ceiling. And then exhaling, we're coming into that three-legged plank, moving that knee forward. Inhale up, we got 2 more. Exhale forward. Use your breath to do the move. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Inhale up, stretch one more time. Beautiful, toes go up on your right foot. And exhale, allow that right foot to meet your left foot. Come into a walking downward facing dog. Shake your head, nod your head, take your shoulders along, stretching that entire body of yours. Find some stillness. And inhale, look forward, bend your knees and either hop or walk towards your hands, coming into a half. Lift shoulders pulled away, gaze down. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, your hands in front of your heart center. If you're not at the top of your mat, move there. Exhale, your hands down, come into mountain pose. You're standing nice and tall and straight. So from your belly button downwards, everything is nice and tight. We're going to do sun salutation left and right. We're going to add in a bit of psoas stretch. And twist. Inhale. Stay with me. Exhale. Come into a forward fold. Inhale. Half lift. Exhale. Step back into plank. Exhale down. Chaturanga. Inhale. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Look forward. Right foot comes forward. And I mean, go far towards the top of your mat. Okay. And then press up into crescent. Make sure you tuck your tailbone under. Your arms go behind your head. So you're coming into slight back bend. Your left leg is stretched out. Your left heel's pushing down towards the mat. And your pelvis is moving down and forward so you can feel the stretch in your psoas, just here in your hip flexor. Beautiful. We have to lengthen those because very often from sitting too much, they shorten. Inhale. Lengthen, exhale, move your left knee down to the mat, flatten that foot of yours, the left one. If you want to scooch further back, you will feel that the psoas is being stretched even more. Exhale, we're going to twist to the left in warrior 2, arms look to the back arm. Inhale, come back, warrior 1, arms. Exhale, twist to the right. One more time on each side, inhale. Exhale, lower that pelvis down more. Inhale, center, exhale, right. Inhale, center. Beautiful. And then tuck those left toes under. Stretch that left leg again. Exhale, take your hands down and take your right foot back. Cross those ankles first. Stay in plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down into chaturanga, uncross those ankles in upward facing dog or cobra, and exhale. Come into downward facing dog, walk that dog. Give your head a bit of a nod and a shake. Enjoy that beautiful stretch. Find some stillness. On the next inhale, look forward, bend your knees and hop forward if you want to, or just walk forward towards your hands. Come into half lift. Exhale, come into forward fold. Bend your knees slightly and then come inhale into standing position. Exhale, hands down, all the way down into mountain pose, palms facing forward. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach your fingertips up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back into plank with the other foot. All the way down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. The left foot comes forward this time. Far forward to the short side of your mat. And come into crescent. It does help if your feet are slightly apart, so widen that stance. Make sure your pelvis is parallel to the short side of your mat. Your right leg is stretched, tailbone is tucked under, and your arms are moving behind your head so that you can come into slight back bend. Your ribs are pushing forward. Your right heel's pulling down towards the mat so you can feel the stretch in your right hip flexor. Lower that right knee down, flatten that right foot, and allow that pelvis of yours to drop down. You'll feel that stretch. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, twist to the left, warrior two arms. Try to keep the arms balanced, not that you're sort of reaching back. Then we're going to go into a back bend, which we don't want to. Inhale, come back, warrior one arms. Exhale, warrior two arms, twist to the right. Maybe you can push your right psoas down a bit more. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. Curl your right toes under. Stretch that right leg. And exhale, take your hands down. Take your left foot, cross it over your right ankle. Stay in the plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then go all the way down into chaturanga. Uncross, inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Walk that dog. Give your head a bit of a nod and a shake. And then find some stillness. Enjoy that downward facing dog. Push your hips as far away as you can from your shoulders. Release any hold you have in your neck. On your next inhale, you're going to look forward, bend your knees and hop towards your hands, or simply walk towards your hands. Come into a half lift. Remember, your legs are engaged, okay? Your hips are above your ankles, and your shoulders are rotated backwards. Your neck is nice and flat. Exhale, come into a forward fold with legs straight or bent. I'll leave that up to you. And then bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Grow long. Exhale, take your hands in front of your heart center. And then release them down into mountain pose. Very nice. Open up onto that long side of your mat and come into a squat on the right side. I know this is challenging for some, but I'll show you again what you can do. If you cannot sit on your right foot, if your heels lifted above the mat, either roll up your mat or simply stay on your toes. Extend that left leg out far away. Flex those toes. If you can't, then just sit back, okay? So let's all of us just simply sit back. Your lower back will be rounded slightly. We are going to shift the weight forward with help of the hands so that we are on top. If this doesn't work, place the left hand behind your body. And then we're going to Allow the inner arch of the left foot to come down, because that gives us the rotation of the entire foot. If you rotate your ankle forward down towards the mat, your entire leg rotates, your hip rotates, your pelvis rotates, so your upper body weight comes forward. And then we're going to flatten that left foot, and we're going to walk over to the left side. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to move backwards. Maybe you want to take your right hand behind your glutes. We're going to sit down, flex that right foot. It's working, okay? We inhale again, we come up with the help of your hand or without the help of your hand. And then you rotate that foot. That gives you that motion forward. And then you're going to walk over to the other side, and you are going to sit down again. So this was the supported version, okay? Do that 5 times going left to right. For those who do not need the added support, watch. Just going to go over from side to side. You're going to sit down. Add it for those who want some more. Drop your left knee down to the mat. Lift that left knee up again. Come up. Hands can go into Anjalina Mudra if you want to. Sit down. Same thing on the right side. Okay, that's one cycle. And we're going to do another 5 of those. Feel the beautiful rotation going on in the hips, in the ankles. Make sure you keep your core nice and straight and stable. Your chest is open. We're proud. Proud, whatever animals. Is this a crab? Maybe, huh? Funny looking crab. And this is set number 2, right? Okay, now we got 3 more. Cracking noises are included. Rather, if it doesn't feel too comfortable or it's strenuous, rather do 3, but you're doing them very precise. Okay, use those feet of yours, use the ankles. We got 2 more. It's a beautiful all body asana. There's a couple of asanas together here and up. And this is the last one coming up. Maybe I did too many because I tend to say like left, right, left, right. Anyway, we are all gonna meet in the middle. Maybe you want to use your hands. We are going to come to Malasana. And I'd like you to do an atypical Malasana. I'd like you to round your lower back, round your shoulders, and release your neck and head down towards the mat. Beautiful lengthening of your entire spine. You can have your hands on the mat or behind your head, wherever you want to have them. Just release whatever you're holding. And one more breath here. With the next inhale, you're going to slowly start straightening your spine from your tailbone and take your hands into Anjalina Mudra. Squaring the shoulders, come into a traditional Malasana. Open that chest. Press your upper arm slightly against your inner thighs or knees, but always check in with your lower back, okay? Chin goes slightly down towards your chest. You're more than welcome to close your eyes so you can travel inward. Your thumbs are touching your sternum. On your next exhale, I'd like you to squeeze your knees against your elbows. So you'll definitely feel some action going on in your outer hips, maybe even all the way up into your lower back. So knees are pressing against elbows and elbows are pressing against knees. Beautiful double action. Now let's add the perineum to it. Contract your perineum, pull your belly button back, plant a smile on your face. That's it. No, let's lift those 10 toes too. Very good. 3, 2, 1. Release the hold of everything. Keep your hands in Anjalina Mudra. Open your eyes and lift your heels. All 10 toes press into the mat. 3, 2, 1. And we're not bending over forward. Our back is still straight. Release those heels down and place your hands behind your glutes and stretch one leg out after the other. Cross those ankles and sway those feet, legs from side to side. And the other way too. Very good. And then let's find our place on our mat. Our legs are extended. Keep them about hip distance apart. Move the beautiful muscles away from those sit bones so that we can really feel them push into the ground. And we're going to inhale. Remember, your legs are strong. Your feet are flexed. Reach up. And on the next exhale, we're going to reach forward. And it doesn't matter how far you go, okay? I'd like you to keep your back straight, especially your lower back. So what is moving forward is your belly button would like to go lie on your thighs. Your sternum is moving forward, parallel to your legs. Okay? To help keep your chest open, move those biceps behind your ears. You'll feel your shoulder blades squeeze together. So it's not necessarily let's just lay our upper body down on our legs, but we're moving forward, we're lengthening, we're stretching hamstrings here too, okay? Splay those fingers, move those arms behind your ears, and we're gonna hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Your hands down onto the mat. Inhale, grow long, release your legs, and then curl your chin down towards your chest, and then start curling your entire upper spine, round shoulders, until you feel that your glutes are sinking behind your sit bones, so that your entire spine from your sit bones up to your head is round. And then you're simply on the next exhale, going to shift that entire upper body forward in the rounded fashion until maybe your head reaches your knees or your thighs, simply releasing your entire upper body down to your legs. If you feel too much discomfort in your lower back, pull your belly button back. If that doesn't help, contract your leg muscles and flex your feet. Place your hands wherever they feel most comfortable. And once you've found the position that works for you the best, and stay here for 3, 2, 1. On the next inhale, release the hold of your legs. Shift your shoulders until they're above your hips. And only with the next inhale, you're going to start straightening your spine slowly, lifting your chin off your chest and rotate your shoulders in both directions, or alternatively. Place your feet onto the mat. Move your glutes closer to your heels. I'm going to go into eagle arms so that we can get this nice sensation in the shoulder and the arms. So you're going to move your hands with your fingertips facing your glutes far back, okay? As far as you can. The palm of your hands are pushing into the mat. And you'll feel like you're lying at the beach, okay? Thumbs are touching, fingers are splayed. Now that in itself already is a beautiful stretch. Now you're going to sit on top of your sit bones again. So you're not lying towards the mat with your lower back. You're going up with your entire back, stretching those arms, pushing the palms into the ground. Now your chest is open. You might already feel the stretch just across your chest and your anterior deltoids, which are these muscles just across the front of your shoulder. With the next exhale, you're going to bend those elbows and you're going to start leaning backwards, pushing those elbows together so that you get an even bigger stretch across your chest. Those of you who have shoulder problems, please don't do that. Just stay seated with your arms straight. If you are together like Thomas and Nicole, you can do this alternating, okay? Thomas could sit down and sit in this move, and Nicole will go sit behind him and gently push the elbows together and at the same time pull the elbows towards herself. So guiding Thomas's back backwards, gently, and always talk to your partner, okay? And keep breathing. Make sure your chest doesn't collapse. 3, 2, 1. Obviously, Thomas and Nicole, or if you ever have another partner in your room, one of you, just swap so both get the benefit of this move. Inhale, slowly come on back and release your chest down onto your thighs. Release your neck and head. And I'll leave it up to you where you have your hands. If you have your hands behind you or in front of you, just check what works best for you. Feel the beautiful stretch just at the base of your neck, in between your shoulder blades, and across your entire shoulder girdle, maybe even in your lower back. Stay here for another 2 breaths. The last one. And then inhale, slowly come back. And we're going to go into reverse tabletop just to open up the entire front side. Again, make sure that your hands are under your shoulders. Your feet are about hip distance apart. Splay those fingers. The thumbs do not necessarily need to touch. Okay. Inhale, extend that belly, open your chest, rotate your shoulders backwards, squeeze the shoulder blades. And if that is enough already, your arms are nice and straight, then stay like that. Gaze straight forward. Or else with your next inhale, lift those glutes. And then your soles of your feet are pressing into the mat. The hands are pressing into the mat, giving you that lift. And then gaze down the front side of your body, or release your head to your shoulders, the back of your head to your shoulders. Your inner thighs are working, your glutes are working, your ribs are working. You're going to stay here for 3 breaths. With each and every inhale, you're going to push the hips up even more, chest even more. You feel that opening just across your rib cage. Beautiful. You get a burning sensation in your arms, which is perfect. Use that breath of yours. And last one. And with your exhale, slowly lower the glutes down, look straight forward. And then hold your knees and round your lower back, tuck your chin down towards your chest, and slowly roll down onto your back. Take your knees down towards your chest, hug them to your chest, keep them hip distance apart, and then tug your chin down towards your chest as well, so that you get a nice extension in your neck. Your shoulder blades are flush with the mat. And then slowly push your knees together, cross them, and pull those knees towards your chest. If that doesn't give you enough of a stretch, grab hold of your feet and pull them towards the mat, or down towards the mat, and then lift your knees towards your chest. Gives you a nice stretch in your piriformis, in your glutes. Lower down, uncross and recross, and do the same thing in the position of your choice on the other side. Just make sure that you keep your neck and shoulders, shoulder blades flush with the mat. Don't forget to breathe and release. Very good. Keep those knees close together, and then curl yourself into a small ball, lifting your knees and nose towards each other. Toes are pointed, and hold there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release. And stretch your arms and legs out. They're floating above the ground, okay? Point those toes and the arms. Feel the extension in your side bodies, front side. Your core is working. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Your head's allowed to lie on the mat. You can raise your head too if you want to. You can raise your shoulder blades off the mat. And 3, 2, 1, and hug those knees towards your chest again. And gently sway from side to side. And we're going to do that one more time. Next time you're in the center, stretch out. legs and arms. If you want to raise your head, do so. You want to raise your upper back, do so. Just grow long. Core is tight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hug your knees to your chest again. And release that hold slightly and sway from side to side. Tuck your chin down towards your chest again so that you get that nice stretch in your neck. And the next time you're in the center, stay there and then start rotating, drawing circles with your knees, and do that in both directions, please. So the next time we're in the center, we're going to change direction. Gives you a nice massage on your glutes, your lower back. Also helps with just aligning your hip joints again with the femur and with your pelvic bowl. Next time you're in the center, let go of your knees and release your feet down onto the mat. Take your arms out to the side, palms facing down. And you're simply going to sway gently from side to side. You can take your head along if you want to, if that works for your neck today. Be gentle, please. And we're going to start increasing the range of motion. Maybe one or the other ear is going to actually lie on the mat. Always check in with your body that it works. And the next time your knees are on the right, allow the knees to fall down towards the mat and look to the left. Make sure both shoulder blades are flush with the mat. Take a deep inhale into your left side body. Exhale, stretch, release inner thighs down towards the mat. If you need added stretch, take your right foot, place it on the outside of your left knee. Gently apply a bit of pressure, lengthening that left side body of yours. And release that. On the next inhale, come all the way back with your nose and your knees. Exhale, release your knees to the left, look to the right. Make sure both shoulder blades are on the mat. Your fingers are splayed. You're rooting down through the palm of your hands. Take a deep inhale, lengthen that right side body. And exhale, releasing your inner thighs down to the mat. One of the thighs or hips always hold on. So, check in with your hips and your inner thighs. If you need added stretch, take your left ankle, place it on the right outer side, or the outside of your right leg, and gently apply some pressure. And you'll definitely feel the lengthening from your right hip all the way up past your obliques into your lower ribs on the right. Again, release the inner thighs. And then slowly, the next inhale, come back to center with your nose and knees. Stretch your arms and legs up towards the ceiling. Point everything up first. Notice that I flex very often and we hardly ever point. You can have the palms touching like in fish pose and apply a bit of pressure to the palm of your hands and your 10 fingers. Become aware of those hands of yours touching. Shoulder blades are down on the mat. Neck is flush with the mat too. And then we're going to inhale, and then we're going to exhale. We're going to lower the arms and the legs down towards the mat. Make sure you push your lower back into the mat. And it doesn't matter how far down the arms and legs go. Inhale, come back up. We do 2 more of those. Exhale, we go down, and it can be, 10 degrees. It doesn't matter. It can be all the way down, not touching. Just make sure that your lower back is pushing into the mat. Inhale, come back, extend up, and then exhale. Lower those arms and legs down again, lower back pushing into the mat, core is working. Inhale, come back, flex and come into normal bear pose. Chin down towards the chest, splay the fingers and toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shake it all out. Beautiful. Let it go. Fling anything and everything you don't need anymore out into the space around you. Make sure you open a window or two afterwards to let it escape. 3, 2, 1, and lower your arms and legs down onto the mat. And before we're going to flop our palms upward and flow into Shavasana, we're going to inhale through our nose and exhale through our open mouth 3 times. Big inhales into that belly, past your solar plexus, into your rib cage. Maybe you want to push into a hollow back. Beautiful. And then exhale through your open mouth. Maybe you want to push your lower back into the mat, and it'll tilt your pelvis and it might give you a bit of a stretch in your psoas. Then we're going to repeat twice more. And last one. And turn your palms facing up and occupy as much space as you want to today. Allow your entire body to grow heavy and sink into your precious mat. Your feet and ankles relax. Your shins, your calves, relax. Your knees, your thighs, relax. Your entire pelvic bowl, your hips, your glutes, relax. Your lower belly, your lower back, your chest, relax. Shoulder blades, your shoulders, your arms, relax. Your wrists, palm of your hands, your fingers, relax. Of your head, relax. Forehead, your eyebrows, the space between your eyebrows. Relax. Of your nose, your lips, your tongue. Relax. Your lower jaw, your cheeks, your ears. Relax. Allow your entire body to grow heavy. sinking into the mat, releasing everything that is not needed or wanted anymore. Relax. Your next inhale, slowly come back into the space around you. Notice sounds near and far. Feel the air on your skin. Become aware of the support beneath your body. Slowly graze your thumbs over your fingertips, adding those toes in, wriggling them, becoming aware of your spectacular, healthy, beautiful body. On your next inhale, reach your arms over your head. Give yourself a much deserved, well-deserved stretch, awakening each and every cell in your body. And then curl one knee after the other, slowly and gently towards your chest. Swaying from side to side, activating Ida Pingala, those nadis left and right of your spine. And when you're ready, roll over into your favorite side, onto your favorite side, and release your entire body weight into your mat one more time. Not holding on to anything at all. Slowly come back up into a comfortable seated position. Keep your eyes nice and closed. Let's take our hands and put them back into Pran Mudra. Ring, pinky, and thumb tips, fingertips touching, index and middle fingers gently pushing away, resting those top parts of your hands in your lap, thighs, knees, wherever they feel most comfortable. Take a deep inhale through your nose, lengthening your spine, reaching that crown chakra up towards the ceiling, keeping your chest nice and open, your face is relaxed. Your shoulders are floating away downwards from your ears, your bellies, hip flexors, inner thighs, relaxed and soft. Take one more deep inhale through your nose. Exhale through your open mouth and release your Pran Mudra. For the next inhale, take your hands in front of your heart center into Anjalina Mudra, thumbs lightly touching your sternum. Take your attention on a short trip throughout your body. And should it encounter any dis-ease or discomfort, acknowledge it on your inhale with loving gratitude and release it through your open mouth on your exhale. And repeat as often as it feels good to you today. And then lower your forehead down to your fingertips in gratitude for the time and effort you invested in the most special person to walk the face of the earth, yourself. And recall what made you smile beginning of the class. If that's too long away or too far away, something else will pop into your mind, heart, body that makes you smile. Connect to your heart center and allow it to flood your entire being. With your next inhale, raise your forehead off your fingertips. Take your thumbs up to your forehead. With gratitude and love, I realize who I am. Take those thumbs down to your heart center. With gratitude and love, I realize who I am, what I have, and what I have to give. Allow that sentiment to flood throughout your entire body, physical and emotional. And maybe you want to share it with other people in your life, then allow it to shine out. We're going to close the class with 3 lines breath. Keep your hands in front of your heart center or take them out in cactus hands, splaying your fingers, releasing anything and everything that is unwanted. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, stick out your tongue, scrub your face, whatever rocks your boat. Let's go. 3 rounds. And 2 more. And last one. Slowly open your eyes if you had them closed. I thank you for joining me and wish you an absolutely beautiful rest of the day.